Going on to you, Cancer Crabs. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's all the ways in which you can support me. Really appreciate it if you would, so that I can most definitely keep the show going. Thank you in advance. So for you Cancers, you have the Eight of Wands, the Judgment, and the Four of Swords. So these three cards right here alone speaks to how a lot of people are pretty much regretting the idea from the past. They're regretting the idea of them letting you go. A lot of you Cancer crowds are probably good for dysfunctional, irresponsible people, for them to grow up, right? For them to actually mature. And unfortunately, they didn't want to mature. And now they're stuck like this. The Judgment and the Four of Swords. There wasn't just throwing judgment on you. That's what they were doing at first. But what happened is that they're really doing judgment on themselves, where they're so judgmental and being disrespectful to the point where they actually ended up painting themselves into their own corner. So once again, Cancer Crabs, a lot of you are very much so very desired. And you have the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, which is about you showing off your value to others, right? And not really needing anybody that's going to be there around you and trying to, and not trying to, but telling you you're not worth anything, you're worthless, you're this, you're that. You Cancer Crabs already know that that's a lie, that's cap, that's not true. And you don't want to hang around somebody that would even tell you something like that. Because in the first place, if they really care about you, why would they even tell you stuff like that in the first place? Why would they feel such a burning, strong desire to tell you you're not worth this, you're not worth that, or whatever the case may be? And the Knight of Swords now represents how, and now again, it's that old adage of a person doesn't really miss the water until the well runs dry. You know, something to that effect. But they don't miss you. They don't understand your value up until you Cancer Crabs are not there anymore. Because this is what it is that they deserve. And now now the Knight of Swords, the Chariot, right? Some of those people from the past, they wish that they were with you. But now they know good and well that you wouldn't accept them, even if they were to reach out again and say, hey, you Cancer Crabs probably wouldn't even say hey back. Because of the Nine of Pentacles, the hypergamy backfired on them. And this is the problem with playing musical chairs in life. You know, I got to choose my words wisely, but this is the problem with playing musical chairs in life. When people spend so much time being hyper focused on all of these different things, you know, being nitpicky, looking at you Cancers and judging you for really stupid, unjustifiable reasons. Now it's like, okay. So a lot of people ruin their lives because of it, because they spend too much time on the physical things, not even realizing that they're not necessarily compatible with the people that they picked for the physical looks or the tangible things, right? The money. A lot of times people who have money don't really have any kind of honor and integrity, because how many times you've seen celebrities, for instance, promote websites that take people's money, and they don't actually say anything about it. They don't. So they don't have integrity, but a lot of people don't care, and it's like, okay, well, since they're playing that they don't care game, when it happens to them, don't jump up on the internet and complain about it. But this ruins this mentality of, well, I don't care, hyper competitiveness, hypergamy is ruining a lot of people's lives. The Fool now in the Page of Swords, right? For you Cancer crabs, this is about how it is that, and because of this, a lot of you just kind of see it for what it is. Like, you can be okay being by yourselves. And the reason why is because a lot of you Cancer crabs are not hyper I gotta choose my words. A lot of y'all are not hyper active, if you catch my drift, romantically. So it's not a need for being hyperactive, if you catch my drift, all the time. There's no overconsumption of it. You can afford, see, all of that, people not being chosen and playing musical chairs, that now the game has flipped to where all the people that control themselves, Cancer crabs, that can do with or without hyperactivity, those are the people where now it's like they're the most disciplined. They're the ones where now learning how to control yourself from being hyperactive, if you know what I mean, that's actually now being recommended, as to where 10, 15, 20 years ago, everybody is trying to get some. So a lot of you Cancer crabs are just looking at it like you're really glad that you live in an obverse, in an invert, in the sense that a lot of you are really glad that you're living in a way where a lot of people do not agree with. A lot of people who really don't have the awareness, the real awareness, don't agree with. But you see at the end of the day how when people are left up to their own devices and all of this thrill seeking, right? All of this stuff, you Cancer crabs see how at the end of the day, you see how, right, the things that people kind of look at you Cancer crabs for and gave you a hard time for, right, being very cold to you for, you realize that when times get rough, you are thriving because this is regular. So I'm saying all this to say that the same people that trashed on you, now they're in relationships now, or maybe they're single, and they are remembering you, and they're looking for somebody like you, Cancer crabs, that was there with them for the long haul, through thick and thin, because all the choices that they made, they realized that a lot of the choices that those exes made, those individuals that you used to hang out with in the past, those people are realizing how messed up they actually are. So let's clarify the Page of Swords. They really wish that they had somebody like you. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, Page of Wands, and then you have the Hanged Man. So these 5 cards right here for the Page of Swords, it represents those exes and how they wish they were with you. The Knight of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune, these 2 cards right here represents how You Cancer crabs shouldn't care. You shouldn't care. You did everything that you could, or you tried to talk to them. The Wheel of Fortune is Cancer crab. So again, these two cards right here are about how you should not take this as your responsibility, because it's not. People made up their own decisions, and people will do whatever they want to do. So now you have the High Priestess, the Page of Wands, and the Hanged Man, right? These three cards here are about how you, Cancer crabs, your plan is to remain out of the way, in the sense that remain kind of low key, still getting to know other people, mind you, but remain low key. You Cancer crabs are very much so in touch with what's going on, and you realize that when you so many people are trying to compete to be seen, and you Cancer crabs see why that's a huge disadvantage, because when you put cheese out there, rats are going to show up, in the sense that when you Cancer crabs realize that you're not going to draw so much attention to yourself, because that puts you in a line to be targeted for the type of attention that you don't want. So a lot of you Cancer crabs very much so are going to be very low key, especially moving forward. You'll still get to know other people, but you are not going to immediately give somebody commitment. You'll have to really take time, and you'll have to go through some things with the person before you can tell if they are meant to be trusted, which is a very good plan. So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Really appreciate y'all. I just want to go ahead and say thank you to the Cancers. Thank you to all the zodiac signs that have been subscribing, really blowing up the views, smashing the like button, because smashing that like button really does help the YouTube video get pushed up, you know what I mean? So other people can see it. It becomes bigger. So I just want to say thank you. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever it is that I drop my videos. Smash that like button.